Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for stopping by to join me for another video. Really excited to get to this one today. It's going to be a short one, just going to look at some winnings from a contest that I participated in. Did a video response recently for a channel, someone who I admire quite a bit and consider a hobby friend, and was fortunate enough to be selected the winner. So it's not the reason we do these. VRs are a ton of fun. I wish I had more time, honestly, to participate in more of them, because I think they are a great way to kind of enjoy the cards that you already have and appreciate your existing collection some, versus always looking at what's coming next, which we tend to do as collectors by nature. And also, I just love supporting the channels out there that are creating content. Creating content is not always easy. It takes time and dedication. It is easy to do in the sense that you just need a camera and some cards and some thoughts, and I would encourage anyone to do it, but it takes time to really stick with it, especially in the early going. And so I admire content creators. They certainly give me a ton of good stuff to watch and learn from every week, and I spend more time watching YouTube videos than I do TV or movies, or some weeks even live sports. So I really appreciate it, and I try to do my part when I have time to show that appreciation for the channels that are holding the contests. And recently won the contest held by someone you may know as Decon's Cardboard, but I simply know as my friend Doug. I've gotten to know Doug fairly well over the last, I'd say maybe like year and a half since joining YouTube, and he's just an awesome guy. I'm going to try to keep it brief here so we can get to the goodies in this envelope, but one of the friendliest and one of the funniest people that I've met in the hobby. He really is just in it for the right reasons. I don't really hear or see Doug getting upset or overthinking it. He just seems like he's having a blast rediscovering baseball cards and immersing himself in the hobby, which is really kind of how I view things. So I have a lot in common with Doug, and really appreciate his friendship and, as I said, his sense of humor and just fantastic content that he puts out over there at Decon's Cardboard. So I'll leave a link below in the event that you are not subscribed to Doug, but he's just a wonderful human being. And as evidence of that, the cards up in the background, at least the two oversized cards on the left there, were sent to me in the past by Doug just because he saw them in his travels or online and thought of me and my collecting habits and my collection, and purchased those on my behalf and sent them to me. And the one on the left is a soccer card from the 1800s, which I later had graded with SGC, and then a beautiful Olympic hockey card in the middle, which I plan to grade in the future. So just extreme graciousness from Doug. And recently he had a video response contest. I don't even think there was a milestone to celebrate. I think, if I recall, it was just because video response, because that's just the kind of guy that Doug is. And so he wanted us to show like our PSA 1 graded cards after a tough experience that he had with a low graded card on eBay. I did a response. I showed some like this Jimmy Dykes, which actually looks worse in this case than it does in reality. It's actually not a bad looking card. I love this card out of DeLong. And wouldn't you know it, when Doug got around to picking a winner, spun the chance wheel and he came up on my name. So I got the bubble mailer that you had in front of you here. Inside of it, looks like I've got a note, and then one of these authenticity guarantee containers, which Doug has smartly used as a way to repackage cards and trade. I think I've thrown a couple of those in the garbage, I'm afraid to admit. Check it out. Shane, you win. Very happy that you won my contest. I am as well. Very happy to call you a friend. I am as well. Yay. So just an awesome note there from Doug, in case anyone wasn't sure. So thank you very much for the note, Doug. I'll fold this up and keep it with my other hobby content. And so I know what's inside here. There was a card that he was giving away, and it's the reason I have this card up in the background. Nice 73 Topps Hank Aaron. So the prize for this giveaway was this beautiful 1973 Topps Carl Yastrzemski in an SGC 6.5. I'm sorry, CSG 6.5. Just stunning. This is a card that I absolutely would have purchased for myself had I seen it. It's well centered. It's a Red Sox legend, Hall of Famer, one of the top 5, certainly, players in the history of my favorite franchise. And believe it or not, despite having quite a few graded Yaz cards, I have never owned the 1973 issue like this graded. So I've never had this one for my Yaz collection. It's absolutely perfect. And it fits so nice with the background card and kind of the theme of today's video, which is just participation in our awesome community here on this YouTube platform. And I just can't encourage you enough. I've said it before, but if you are someone who's kind of lurking in the comments or considering potentially starting a channel, just go for it. You will have a blast. And if you don't, that's okay. But the people in this community are just awesome. And so to go with this Yaz, as evidence of that, I have this 73 Hank Aaron, also in a CSG slab, and also very well centered. These cards look amazing side by side. And I won this card here in the giveaway that Matt and Tyrus had from The Card Story early on in their channel's history. And I've become very friendly with Matt as well. Just like with Doug, we text, every so often, check out pickups, check in, see how the other one's doing. It's just awesome. So, 2 people that I'm so grateful to have in my network who I'm now enjoying the hobby with, which takes the hobby to a whole nother level for me personally when we're doing it together as a community. And I wouldn't have either of those relationships, personal relationships, if it wasn't for YouTube and starting this channel. So it's just fantastic. And it's the reason why I try to do my part to do the VRs when I can. And I apologize to anyone. I know I have friends in the community whose VRs I've missed recently. I can think of a couple off the top of my head: Jason, Mr. Fisher Bike, and Darren over at Return to Collecting. I have a very weird schedule where sometimes I can't record for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and I tend to record in batches and then release the video slowly. So it sometimes makes it a little bit difficult. So I hope nobody is offended whose VR I may have missed, but I'll certainly try to make plenty of them in the future. And on that note, I do have a couple upcoming for Theo over at Clemente Collector and my buddy Joe at Force Off Corner. So I'm going to try to make time for both of them. And one last piece of evidence on what an awesome guy Doug is. I was expecting the Yaz, but I was not expecting these 2 bonus cards here. So we have this great out of Stadium Club, which I think Doug knows is one of my favorite brands of all time. The Bobby Dalbec rookie card where he's riding in the shopping cart in the Sox dugout. This is like a very dated, like a perfect moment in time card for a Red Sox fan because during this particular season, I think it was 2021, they just really got in the habit of using this kind of a silly shopping cart thing to push a player through the dugout, high-fiving his teammates when he would hit a home run. And so I'm glad that Stadium Club captured that on this card, and that combined with the mask that you can see here on the cart pusher really dates this to around, 2020, 2021 time frame and the pandemic that we all lived through and I guess are still living through. So great card there. And then the other freebie throw-in that Doug was generous enough to include, I love even more. One of my top 5, I would say, favorite active players, Rafael Devers of the Boston Red Sox. And this is spectacular. This is a home run of a card for my collection. It's his 2nd year. Oh no, this is, I think it would be 4th year card. And I collect these various chrome parallels for Devers. I have a little Z folio going that's kind of split in half, 50-50 between Juan Soto and Rafi Devers. And for his regular Topps image like this, I try to do one complete page at least for every year of his career with various different parallels across the base set and chrome and opening day. So this will go beautifully into that Z folio and strengthen my overall Devers collection, who's having a monster 2023 campaign here. So that is going to be a wrap on today's video. Can't believe I kept it to 10 minutes, but I'm long overdue in showing off the very generous prize package from Doug, so I wanted to make sure to get to that, and seemed like a good opportunity to dust off the 73 Hank Aaron from Matt and Tyrus as well. So thank you to Doug. Really appreciate you running the contest. I know it's a lot of work to do those. I'm very, very grateful and honored to have been the winner, and I will certainly cherish that Yastrzemski in my collection for many years to come, as well as our friendship which I hope to see continue into the future. So thank you, Doug. Thank you to everyone else for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and I'll be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. In the meantime, get out there in the community, get involved, and interact with other people. Leave comments, create a video of your own. You won't regret it, and I'll see you soon. Take care.